Hi, I'm Ben,
Hi, I'm Claire.
and we are
Hi, Jinx.
This is a bit of a weird one because this is, I think, our first video together in person in about 18 months.
Absolutely. The last one would have been March last year, just
Yeah.
before I went back to New Zealand.
So more than 18 months.
Yeah.
2 years
And
now.
we've just recently celebrated Hi Jinx's 3-year anniversary, which is
Yeah.
pretty exciting. Christmas Eve.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And actually, to be fair, that means we've been separated as a pair for blogging purposes longer than we've actually been in the same country.
Oh my god, that's terrible. We
That's
need to
petrifying.
remedy this.
We need to remedy this immediately.
So there will be loads of videos to come because Ben has moved to Brighton. So I'm going to go down there. We're going to make some videos by the sea. But today we are singing Christmas carols at the Ritz. So we thought, why not, before we go and sing carols, drink some alcohol?
Let's get hammered before we go and do carols.
Yeah, it'll probably make us sing better, right?
Yeah, exactly.
It'll definitely make us friendlier and more fun and
Apologies
bubbly.
to the Ritz management in advance.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we probably shouldn't tag them in this.
No, exactly, but we probably will.
Probably will.
So we have done a little bit of a bring and share, haven't we? Bring a show and tell of a couple of gins that one each that we've been quite passionate about in the last little while.
Yeah, and they're both gins that, because obviously now we've got Ginesthesia and Ginscentive, they're both gins that sort of encapsulate those ideas. They're both gins that are about the full sensory experience and the olfactory experience, using ingredients that are commonly used in perfumes as well. So they're gins that we're both really excited about for those reasons also.
Yeah, should we get cracking?
Yeah, let's crack one open. What should we start with?
I think let's start with the one that you're familiar with. You
Okay.
you can do your show and tell.
So, Melifera. I tried this gorgeous gin a couple of weeks ago and had to buy it immediately because it was gorgeous and lovely. So this gin is from a little island off the French coast, and it sort of champions the immortelle flower, which grows in the dunes. So the idea of this gin is it's supposed to taste like and take you to the environment where it's based on, where the immortelle flower grows in the dunes, and you've got the sea air in your face and the beach and the feelings of sort of the relaxation and the nostalgia that brings. So we know that I'm into these like
implied saline as well. All
yeah,
that sort
yeah,
of vibe,
exactly. So it's something I'm all about, because I'm all about a coastal gin. I'm also all about a gin that's trying to transport me to a different location. So I absolutely had to purchase a bottle. Ben has not tried this one yet, but the immortelle flower you were saying is quite a common.
It's quite a common thing in perfume,
perfume.
and it's exactly this. It's used in exactly the same way as a sort of transformative sort of concept as well. Because I mean, so many flowers are used in perfume as well. I mean, rose is really common. Wow.
Lovely.
But and you know, patchouli, lots of white flowers are used.
Yeah.
But there's something different about the immortelle, that it is somehow less thick. Like both the rose, patchouli, all of these ones, they're quite dense.
Yeah.
Whereas this one is light. It sort of matches in with the slightly saline sea sort of vibe, slightly citral. It goes with all of those
So
things.
even sniffing it, it's slightly more grassy.
Yeah,
Like,
that's it. So if you were to
you
put
can smell
a
the stems as well.
rose or a patchouli with that sort of thing, it would dominate it.
Yeah.
Whereas this sort of like tickles the palate rather than being like the main player,
Yeah.
which is fun.
Yeah, and also just a couple of other little interesting facts about these guys. They're all organic, and they're about saving the black bees. So that part of their profits go to a charity to save the black bees, which is really exciting. So, you know, we love, being a Kiwi, you know, I'm all about #sustainability. We went to Green Sand Ridge recently.
Yeah.
You know, a lot of the people I visited in New Zealand are doing very green, sustainable things. So we absolutely love that as well. So let's get cracking with a little
Taste
sniff.
stuff.
A little taste, little sniff. Sorry, I should have just let you pull your own, because, you know, I gave you a Claire-sized sample, and that's unacceptable.
No, it's all good. We do have to sing in about an hour.
We do. Yeah, I'm probably not going to drink all of this.
I am.
Yeah, so immediately it's like, you can tell it's a gin, but it's got that lovely, it's the grassiness, like dune grasses is what
it's
I get.
not juniper led in that way. Which,
no, it's soft. It's like the gin goes past you, and you know it's there, but it's not like gin.
You get some gins when you get that sort of creamy note that almost reminds you of like toasted almonds.
Yeah.
But it's not that. But it's that sort of creamy, slightly orrisy sort of note.
Yeah.
That dominates rather than juniper.
And you definitely get the floral, but it's a fresh, grassy, windy floral.
It's light, exactly.
It's not like a heady sort of
intoxicating thing.
Yeah, exactly. It's not like a sort of a gardenet sunset which whacks you in the face.
So this is like a lunchtime gin because it's light and it's breakfast gin.
Exactly. Well, that's kind of what it is now, right? I mean,
well, nearly, yeah.
I mean, it's my breakfast. I've only been up for 2.5 hours.
Perfect. Yeah.
Oh, that's lovely. Yeah, you get a good little hit of lemon, of citrus.
Yes, really, really strong, and also slightly balmy and slightly vegetal as well.
And then loads of that sort of dune grass, stalky, husky, dry grassiness.
Is that lemon verbena or something? Do you know what I mean? It's not, but it has that sort of vegetal sort of feel to it. It doesn't feel like punchy
it's
lemon.
like herbaceous.
It doesn't feel like punchy lemon.
No, it's herbaceous. It's soft.
Everything in this is soft, which is great. It's sort of a proper little chef's meld of things where you balance a lot.
It's very
of complex
French,
flavors.
isn't it?
It is.
It's classy. It's elegant. It's sophisticated.
Yeah.
But it's
implied vermouth in there. Do you know what I mean? It
exactly.
feels smooth like a martini.
Oh my gosh.
Already.
Oh, okay. When we get together with the vermouth, which we're going to in Brighton, I've got some Reed and Reed New Zealand vermouth that we're going to have.
Yeah.
We're going to make a martini with this because that would be an excellent way to serve it. But also, like, the other thing I appreciate about it, because we've just said it is very, very smooth and it's got these like floral notes and that sort of thing. But also it's got a good sort of almost slightly peppery bitter kick as well.
Yeah, just in the background.
Yeah, in the background. So it doesn't kick you in the face, but it's like, yep, I'm a gin. Back here.
Because otherwise the danger is with all these light things is that they can sort of sit on the surface and lack substance. It doesn't do that. It's got a roundness, it's got a little bit of weight to it.
And there is that little bit of salt, isn't there? That little bit of Ceylon,
a little
bit of sea breeze.
Very much.
It's really, really lovely, and it's like, the sea breeze that's gone over the beach and picked up some of the aromas of the seaweeds and that sort of thing that's drying. Like, there's not actual seaweed, but it's like it
implied.
It implies it to you. It sort of touches that bit of your brain that makes you think that you're smelling all these things.
There's cardamom in there as well. And that sort of
you are correct.
That sort of adds a sort of aromatic note to it that sort of elevates it.
Yeah, I think that's what I was getting. That was slightly peppery, slightly spicy.
Yeah. It sort of does. It's not peppery because it's not spicy in that sense, but it sort of gets in your nose.
Yeah,
do you know what I mean? Cardamom does that.
Yeah, and also what's clever about it is that it's not presenting in cardamom can present very like Swedish bun in a gin, but it's not presenting like that at all.
And again, it in that way it can completely dominate.
Yeah,
and it doesn't.
No, it's just like there. Providing an extra layer.
Should
we crack some tonic in there? Yeah, I think that's a great idea.
I'm a Fever Tree light man. You're not so much, but
no, I am.
Yeah, I know you do, because I know you're going to put less tonic than gin.
Thanks to my lovely dietitian in New Zealand, I'm okay with fructose now.
Wonderful. Cheers. I prefer it because I think it's lighter and I taste the gin more.
I heartily agree. The only reason I ever did full fat Feves was because
you couldn't drink fructose.
The low FODMAP diet, which some of you may have heard of and some of you may have not, but it is very, very restrictive, and I'm glad that I'm not doing it anymore.
So it doesn't really change the character of it in a way, I think, tonic, because you still get the sort of like slightly vegetal lemon sort of vibe up front, don't you? It's sort of
I would say I get less of that ginny bitterness and more of it's the implied seaweed. There's like some umami green vegetal flavour in there that I really like because I'm so into my coastal gins.
I'm not sure it's a gin and tonic gin. I'm just going to put that out there. I think the martini vibe and the sort of cocktail vibe with it might be absolutely amazing.
I still think this is really.
It's lovely.
It's
lovely.
I think if you made this up in a big, copper glass, what do you think we'd garnish it with?
Would you want to go like some form of herb in there to sort of like bind everything together?
Maybe. Oh my God, samphire.
Yeah, something like that.
Because I'm thinking along the lines of what we would use as a garnish for like Andulamana, other coastal gins.
And a spot of Tucker in there.
Spot of Tucker. Okay, so basically we're going to do this again when we're going to do martinis and we're going to have all our garnishes.
So Tucker, just to remind everyone, Tucker is our chili infused vodka that we've got going on, which is now so strong after 3 years that I have to use a pipette. I can't pour it in. It's ridiculous.
It's amazing, isn't it? Right, I've just noticed we've nearly been talking for 10 minutes, so we should hurry up and
crack on.
Because 15 minutes is the limit for an Instagram video. So we do like to waffle on hijinks.
So my little baby is this wonderful creation. I was lucky enough to just before Christmas be performing with the Royal Shakespeare Company, and flex exactly, hashtag clang, and I found this absolute beauty of a gin. Definitely didn't drink before the performance.
Like we're doing now.
Yeah. But it is also transformative in the same way. It's all based around the idea of a Tudor garden. So it takes us back through history. So it's got rosemary is one of the main botanicals in it, but it's also got lovage, it's got rose, it's got lemon balm, and it transports you to that sort of, it's got rose, it transports you to that properly English wet garden. Which was the sort of garden we were getting away with. Getting away from exactly.
With Melifera.
So it's the same sort of sense of a journey, but a completely different vibe. So I love
let's get into it.
And you've never tried this.
I've never tried it.
I'm very excited for you to do that for the first time right now.
I'm going to use this glass because I'm not finishing my samples today because I've got to be a soprano.
Yeah, so you've got to sing all the high notes.
Yeah, all of them.
I'm having loads of fun with this cellophane.
Are you just?
No. Yeah, let's use a different glass. Random Northern.
Right, TikTok. I'm going to start smelling it. Oh my gosh, yeah. That is so like...
really creamy, oddly, and that is slightly from the rose, slight rose in it as well. Like that just sort of like rounds it off without being aggressive.
Creamy, a little bit peppery, very floral. Yeah. Interesting. Much sweeter. It's probably doesn't present sweet, but it presents a little sweet after
you've had the saline thing. It's because of the lemon and the rose and things in it.
But then the bitterness of the petals. It's like that bitterness if you like munched on some flower petals. Not that you would, but
it's what I always describe it when you get rose. When you smell the green of the rose as well, the leaf of the rose as well as the petal. You know, so there's a bit of all of that in there.
That really does taste like you've gone for a walk through a rose garden. That's got other flowers in it as well. And it's like warm, balmy summer evening where all of the sort of...
Yeah, it's so transformative,
flowers
isn't it?
Made it into the atmosphere and sort of formed the atmosphere. Yeah, that is lovely. That's one that like, if you went to visit people and you're like, taste England in summer.
Also, it's barge strength, which is the... jolly English equivalent of Navy strength as well. It's 57%, so it punches.
Perfect. I wouldn't expect anything less.
But also, it doesn't taste punchy in that way, like a good quality Navy strength. We always get that. It's that feeling, and it also wipes itself, doesn't it?
Wipes itself and has a lovely, lovely mouthfeel. For me, higher ABV spirits always have a more pleasant mouthfeel. That sort of oily. I used to call it the melty tongue thing, didn't I? Back before I knew enough to have actual good knowledge, like mouthfeel.
Yeah, this is a G&T gin, I think.
Yeah, and I want to put like a nice sort of sharp citrus or something in there too.
You could put a grapefruit in.
Yeah.
Like, we know how much I dislike grapefruit.
Grapefruit and like basil, like we like the
that's
the old bakery garnish.
Yeah, exactly.
Combo. Yeah.
Yes, it's good. So 2 great gins. Here we go. As our show and tell. Big fans. Get your hands on them if you can.
Huge fans.
Yeah, absolutely. I think we're done, aren't we?
Yes, we are.
Great. Enjoy.
Cheers, everybody. Merry Christmas.
We're going to finish these and we should probably go and warm up and attempt to do some singing. Cheers.
Cheers.